Dear students, today I want to talk about happiness, like I already wrote it on the whiteboard, the last lesson. And today I want to make this clear by giving you an example of my own life, recent example from this summer, in order to make clear what I mean. So I started the lesson with making a few drawings on the whiteboard. It's first my drawing of the unhappy Odibol, which is the person getting unhappy because he or she always reacts to things coming from the outside, coming from the outer world, questions, demands, ideas, pictures, all kinds of things, trying to fulfill all the demands and all the ideas and then getting more and more heavy and unhappy about it. So that's the heaviness. Which comes over you then if you live like this, which we tend to do, which I tend to do. And then the other drawing, of course, this one is about my concept of these lessons behind it. The concept behind this is that you can live from the inside out. So that's the other movement. It's not from the outside in making you unhappy, but from the inside out. You know the concept because I teach that every lesson. It's ID coming from the absolute consciousness. Saying yes to the ID with the self-consciousness, and then putting yourself into the trajectory of realization and growth, which is happening in the day consciousness. Now, what I want to do in this video is tell you about, to give you an example of how this worked for me, to make it more personal than just a concept. This summer, actually, I was quite heavy, thinking about the world and everything which is happening, and the climate crisis, and the people being completely inadequate to act on it, and how it went more and more populism and everything. Well, you know what I'm talking about. And then this made my thoughts heavy. And I can say it with a smile now. I couldn't at that time, and it got me inert, unmoving, not being capable to do anything anymore. And then I brought in this as a question to my teacher, from whom I learned a lot about this method that I'm teaching you. And I asked him, hey, this heaviness, what is it about? And how can I deal with the situation? It's so big, the world is kind of exploding, and I'm only so small. And what can I do? And then he said, well, it's true, it's big, and it's happening, all this, and you cannot do anything about that. It's beyond it's outside of your possibilities. So there's no way you can influence that in a direct way. I cannot avoid climate crisis to happen. But what the only thing which is and is a great and a big, huge thing actually in its simpleness is give life to your sparkle, to your ID, like I just showed in the picture. So why is that so important? Because it is genuine. It's coming from you. It's coming from inside. It's an ID. It's an inspiration, wherever it comes from. So instead of shouting with everybody that it's not good and this and that and we should, and then you get this energy, as soon as you do that, you're kind of part of the system, although you are against that what the system produces. The system produces pollution and climate crisis and whatever you could mention is just one example. But if you say no, then you say no, then you say I'm against this, and your energy is against this no. that will never save the planet or whatever, or make you happy, because yes, it can give some relief to shout it out and do something, but unless you turn it into positive action, which can be in that frame as well, unless you turn it into positive action, you will stay in this no energy. So the opposite of this is living from the inside out, making an idea into this trajectory of realization into reality. And you never know what that brings. It is a small action. It's probably a song that you write, a concert that you give, an organization that you start, a band, a project. I'm talking about musical examples now. It could be at any field. And the genuine idea of it causes a sparkle, another action, a reaction on other people, and it brings positive vibration, it brings a positive action to many other people. So don't be busy with what can I do and what is the result of it, but be busy with the genuinity of your idea and the whole the process of staying true to that, and leave it to have faith in what will happen with it and how it influences others. In my case, this lesson that I got then stimulated me to go on with the thing that I already had as an idea, and that is writing a book about my method, so that I can give to students something in paper which they can read and which they can look back the things about dragons and about the talent and about creating things. So the pictures that I just showed are actually from this book. So I came from this down energy into realizing the book, writing, and the simple fact of doing that on a daily basis, almost daily basis, just sitting down, writing, shaping, giving form to this idea, the idea of making the book, into, yes, the decision, I'm going to do it, into the realization. Actually, this path, this realization path, it's just, that's it. That's it. It's so simple. And that is what brings, what raises your energy. And by raising this energy, by giving shape, a human being is a creative being, is a creator. And if we give in to the neiging, the invitation of reacting and being passive of our dragons, of the outer world, then we tend to be inert and stay there. If we start realizing the other energy is going to lift us up, and we're going to put ourselves in an upwards spiral. So that's something you can do. You can do it yourself. It's available for everybody. So for me it was writing. For you it can be anything. So by doing this, by actually creating, you create this energy, this upward going spiral, and you put yourself into happiness. You make yourself happy. You make yourself not the victim of this downward tendency, but you turn it upside down or downside up, and you go the other way. And this not only influences you, but it also influences the people around you, and you're kind of creating another environment. And this I would say is the task of us human beings to do in the world, to be active, to be creative, and to be doing something, putting something against this other tendency. So that's the why of my lessons. So my invitation to you, as a personal invitation, is go ahead and get it, start doing, go ahead and get it done. Because then you will start to realize and feel actually in the doing you feel what I mean. So my lessons, yes, they are about a concept, and I show pictures and I tell stories and I make videos, and that's all mind stuff. I can only give you that, but you experiencing it will only happen if you start doing it. So this video is an invitation again to just do a simple little action, a 5-minute action, which does more than thinking for hours about big concepts. I wish you good luck and have a nice day.